Hey, what's going on? Strat Soldier here for the podcast in force, the only podcast with me, the Strat Soldier, looking at the market through the eyes of the Strat. Heck yeah, today is February. No, it's not. It's March. Today's March 2nd. Today is March 2nd. It is March 2nd. Heck yeah, awesome. First podcast for the month of March. Let's see what happens because right now, nothing to scream at. The price action is not that great. It's just kind of dribbling. You know, it's not doing much. I don't care what anybody says. It's not doing a whole bunch. It's just not. We had a nice reversal today. Today is Thursday, and we had a nice reversal where the market gapped down opening up at 392 and then finally closing at 397. So I mean that's like what, $4, you know? I don't know. Depending on what you do and how you trade, that could be great for you. That could have been amazing. There are people are getting used to doing a lot of different things. I was on a power hour with Rob Smith it was actually this Monday, and he said, hey, you know, you might be a one-trick pony. You like two reversals, you know, you like this one certain thing, but with it being inside year, you might have to get used to something else. You might have to get used to a different reversal or something that, shorter time frame stuff. So we'll see what happens. I might have to bend my rules on trading inside weeks because I do not trade inside weeks, but I'm definitely not changing my rules on trading inside days. That's definitely not something that's bending for me. But inside weeks, I might have to look at because there's going to be a ton of them all year, and it could be a real long year. And honestly, it might be a year I don't trade a whole bunch at all, and that's fine. Because it's not what you make, it's what you get to keep. All right, it's what you can keep. And we have a shooter on the month, all right, in force, and we actually have a rev strat in force on the month. 1-2-2 situation on the month on SPY, diamonds, and QQQ. So let's see what they got going on for us right now. The price action with this outside bar on the daily creates a shooter. No, it's forming a hammer. It's forming a hammer on the week. And if that sucker goes in force next week, that could be some good upside trading. Okay. If you watched my show, The Weekend Shift, last week, it's on Sepia Group. If you watched it last week, it's on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I talked about there's only three ways anything can trade, right? So we're looking for on the SPY on the month, we're looking for this thing to go. It's already went 2 down. All right. We're looking for it to open up inside, but it's already 2 down. All right. Now, is it going to go? The only thing it could do now is continue to go 2 down, selling down, or it reverses all the way back up. Now, an outside month in March would be ridiculous. It would be pretty freaking pandemonium. People would be going nuts because that means the price would be opening up. The price would be going from 394, where it's at right now it's at 398, but it would open up at 395 and then trade all the way back up to 418. Oh my goodness. 418, that would be craziness. All right, we're ready for everything. We're ready for anything. Based on these strat scenarios, we are ready for anything. Again, if this week ends as a hammer and it goes in force, oh my goodness, get ready. Honestly, I don't think it's going to go all the way back up to 418. I don't think it will, but that hammer on the week, we look for actionable signals, right? Actionable signals. And if it goes in force, I mean, that could be really good. You know, buyers have to keep buying. If you're on my Instagram, the Strat Soldier, if you're on my Instagram, you've seen where I talked about how institutional buyers can't buy and hold. Yes, I mean, we know they buy and then they hold it, but I mean, they really can't just buy and the market just can't. They just start buying a bunch of stuff and then just sit there because if the market's not doing anything, then people get anxious. People are like, oh, when's something gonna happen here? So they start taking their profits. You know what I mean? Because they're like, this ain't doing nothing. I'm taking it. They start taking their profits, and then the next person takes theirs, and the next, and it just creates this chain reaction where everybody, and then the price starts going down. All right, so they can't buy and hold. The buyers have to keep buying for this price to keep going up. If you listen to JJ over on Super Group, you will also that he says all the time. There are only two things that make the market move: orders to buy and orders to sell. That's huge. Got to remember that. Write that down. Orders to buy and orders to sell. All right. Very important thing to remember. Okay, because there's so many people out there showing weird trading styles and weird, I don't know. Everybody wants to talk about this liquidity, and it's liquidity grab, and it's volume this, and volume capitulation that, and no. Buyers and sellers. We trade the most aggressive participation group, and that's what we work with. All right. So that's what you need to be looking at. The big question, which we will be addressing here on this podcast, is when things occur matters. All right, when things occur matters, because we are looking for actionable signals. We got one on the month. We got a Rev Strat in force on the month to the downside, and if you just looked at the 60s today, there was no way in knowing that was gonna, the buyers are gonna just start stepping in at 394. And just start ripping it to the highs. There was no indication there. There was no actionable signals. Okay, I'll have to look back at the news and see. You know what? I got Benzinga right here. Let's look at the news. Let's see what's going on in the news, because I don't think anything came out in the news either. They just started buying. Somebody thought they knew something. The institutional buyers got their orders and they said go, go. So that's pretty interesting that stuff happens. But with the Strat, we know what is happening, okay, because of the Strat scenarios and actionable signals, time frame continuity, broadening formations. Let's see here. Big inflation thing right here, right now. The Fed says, Fed's Waller says, if data stays hot, policy rate should go above 5.1% to 5.4%. And they're going to, if the market keeps moving to the highs, they're going to keep raising interest rates to try to cool everything off. Right now, so far, the market does not care. Does not care. Anything interesting else in here? Let's see here. Fed's Bostic says appropriate to be cautious. So Fed does enough to control inflation, but does not do more than we need it to. Do your job, but don't do it too much. Okay. Oh man, and then market imbalance. That seems to be a hot keyword right now. Market imbalance. Market close on imbalance. 227 million to sale side. That was today at 3:30. So a lot of, soon as the market starts going to the highs, people start talking about inflation. Okay, that's like, you want to talk about market manipulation, look at market news. Okay, I don't trade the news for a reason. I don't trade the news just because it seems like the news always comes out with the market's going to the highs, or your stock's going to the highs, and all of a sudden they start talking about how, your favorite company's seatbelts, Ford, for example, Ford last year, year before, the stock's at $18, $19, and all of a sudden all these news articles start coming out talking about, seatbelt failure rates, and all these recalls. It's just weird. Like, people do stuff. People send out stuff to try and get you to sell. It's really, really weird how that market manipulation happens. And so when, that's the biggest thing. When do you know, when are you going to know when these actionable signals actually go in force? You know, because you got a job, you're looking at other stuff. You know, let's just say you got 3 or 4 tickers that you're looking at, and you're looking at one, you're looking at the AMD when Nvidia is the one taking off, or vice versa. And AMD is the one taking off, and Nvidia is the one just sitting there doing nothing all day like it did today. It didn't do crap. It didn't do much. CRM was also a really good one. Gapped up on market earnings, and then just kind of stayed up there the rest of the day today. Will it stay up there? And let's just say you got a put option for that thing to go to reversal back down on the day. Then you're just like, when is this thing going to happen? So with actionable signals, you know what price it would happen at. Okay, if this happens, it's going to happen at 153. I'm just making that up. But it's going to happen at 153. If this is going to the highs, if this hammer is going to go in force, it's going to go in force at 153. You know the price and you know the magnitude. The question is when. Okay, when. You can't. You've heard other people say you can't time the market with the Strat. You know, we come pretty daggone close to timing these things, but we know the price. We know what we're looking for. We know where it's going to go with these reversals. Okay, time frame, continuity, broadening formations. But yes, the when. When is it going to do it? Okay, that's the thing. How do I deal with that? I trade common shares and I use stop market buy orders. Stop market buy orders. And I use stop market sell orders. What's that do? What that does is it allows me, and with TradeStation, I can trade right on the charts. Okay, so I can mark right above. If I that, let's just say a hammer, because that's just the easiest thing to think of. And we've been talking about hammers in these previous episodes. Hammer candle formation. If that price trades above that hammer at 153, I can, if it goes above that, I know where to put my stop market buy order. It's right above that hammer. Okay, right above that hammer. And then I know where to put my stop at. It's just maybe halfway down, or just under the head of that hammer, or 50% of the previous range, if that helps you. Of course, I'm talking about common shares. But as soon as it trades above that hammer, for example, let's just say it trades above 153. I don't have to do anything because the trading platform is trading for me. All right. The orders trigger. The order triggers and I am in. It's a lot easier to do that with common shares. People say you can do that with limit orders, with options, but sometimes those things, because of volatility, don't always trigger. So I'm always, when I trade options, I'm staring at the chart. But with common shares, I can put that stop market buy order in, place an arbitrary stop, and then once that thing starts taking off, then I can push my stops closer to, closer, and keep them tight. And then once the price I get that 2-2 continuation up, then I can put my stops even. Or just take the magnitude. That's up to you. It depends on your size and your risk tolerance for risk tolerance. But yeah, stop market buy order, stop market sell order. Again, let's just say it trades above 153, I'm in. Again, I don't have to do anything. The program did it for me. It triggers. All right, I get that little it sounds like a bird chirping or something like that, on TradeStation. I get that little chirp, I'm in. And then later on, let's just say 30 minutes later, it's trading back down, I get stopped out. I get that same little chirp sound and I'm out. I go, oh, I got stopped out. But I'm not sitting there, going, oh, this is my mental stop. I got my mental stops in. I'm just going to hold this thing. Or I got my wriggle room. You know what I mean? No. Just discipline and process. Trust the process. And I stay in that, I just, set those orders. Trust my orders. Okay? Trust my orders. Let's see here. Piper Sanders says Craig Johnson is calling for a hop, a drop, and a pop in the markets this year. And here's this little blurb on how he's going to get his payout. How's this whole thing going to play out, and he's going to get paid. Okay, whatever, dude. But when is it going to happen? Most technical analysis traders, they're forward thinking. Okay, meaning they're trying to predict where the price is going to be 6 months from now. As straters, we necessarily don't do that. We trade what's happening right now. Okay, and if you miss it, don't worry, because if this is the real move, I will know how to get in this thing. I will know how, because there'll be many chances to do that. All right, so don't get flustered. When will it happen is important. Okay, again, I said when things occur matters. Okay, so let's just say tomorrow we get a 3-2 continuation up tomorrow, where the price trades up. Tomorrow's price trades above today's price, and we start getting back up in the 400s. Okay, that sounds cool, But what's really happening? We're getting buyers coming in on a Friday. One day, the week's almost over. The week is going to be over in a few hours, and you want me to take this, this reversal to the upside, and I got only got a couple hours left in the week. You know what I mean? So that doesn't sound very promising unless I'm looking to swing trade this thing, and then I really need this hammer on the week to actually close, and then go in force next week for this to be valid. But I don't play that get in early stuff. So when things occur matters. You don't want to take a trade 2-2 reversal back up on the 60, and you only got 7.5 minutes left to work this trade, because at 10:30 that 60-minute bar closes, and that's over. That reversal is done. That reversal is done, whether it hit magnitude or not. And now you're hoping for a 2-2 continuation up. Okay, 2-2 continuation up. That's it really for now. That's it for now. I know it's short, quick podcast. I want to keep these things quick. Go to sepurgroup.com. Sepurgroup.com. The link is in the bio. Check out my execution course. It goes over actionable signals, hammers, shooters, inside bars, how to execute them, where to put your stops, and how to create those winning positions, add to them, and how to stay in the trade. Okay, check that out. Go to Sepur Group. The Strat execution course, only on Sepur Group. All right, check that out. I'll have some more coming out for you. This is the Strat Soldier, quick podcast for Enforce. It was an awesome one. When things matter, when things occur matters. All right, don't get in early. Don't do stupid stuff. Please don't do stupid stuff. Oh my goodness. This is Strat Soldier for the podcast Enforce. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.